most companies have just been overwhelmed with the flood of data that's been created by their information systems. Much of it, frankly, accidentally. When they install, say, a new enterprise resource planning system, billions of bits of information are generated about their operations, about their customers, about their suppliers, and most of it just gets stored and never used and looked at again. Gary Loveman describes his situation when he came to Harrah's as coming there and finding a gleaming new F-16 fighter, but with no pilot. Just all this wonderful data that had nobody really to steer it and take advantage of it. And I think that's more the norm than the exception at companies throughout the United States and frankly throughout the world as they implement information systems. Let me tell you a little bit about Harrah's and specifically Gary Loveman, who's a PhD student here at MIT with me. And I think he's actually an exemplar of a new kind of CEO, a new kind of senior executive that we're going to be seeing in more and more companies in the coming years. When Gary first came to Harrah's, Harrah's was frankly a sort of a second-tier, also-ran casino company. But it did have a great deal of data, most of which was not being used effectively. What Gary did was he brought a culture of experimentation and analytics that has now propelled Harrah's to being the leading casino company. How did Gary do it? Well, one of the things he did was he's really good with numbers. While a lot of Gary's competitors were working on having fancier fountains and more incredible spectacles in Las Vegas, Gary was checking through the numbers to see what was really driving profitability at his casinos. And this kind of analysis is something that he has spread not just from the CEO suite, but all throughout the company. In fact, when he came to speak at my MBA class last year, he told me that there are really two things that could get you fired from Harrah's. One is if they catch you stealing from the company, and the second one is if they catch you running an experiment without a proper control group. This culture of taking experimentation and the proper methods very seriously is something new. I think that first principle about not stealing is probably thousands of years old, but the new principle about running intelligent business experiments is something that we hadn't seen before and something that information technology makes a lot more feasible in all kinds of companies. Harrah's runs dozens of experiments. For instance, they will see whether different kinds of discounts and coupons can entice people to come that normally come for 2 days to come for 3 days, or that normally bet the $5 machines to bet the $25 machines. They also bring this experimentation in terms of their internal workforce to figure out what work practices can get their waiters and waitresses to work more efficiently, to serve customers more effectively and get higher customer satisfaction scores. This is a mentality that they bring to every aspect of their business.